take. Let's do it.
It's him cause I know that she can do it. Got me on everything that I thought I wouldn't do. I'm on another level, bitch, I'm geek. Count up your words and watch how you speak. Bring you some shit that niggas never pick. Scale every fabric on me, shit ain't cheap. Quit all that cap and shit while you lying. I heard you got cat drip the whole nine.
Hey man, send the rest of them people they do up here, dog. Damn, bro.
The money do backflips, the whole vibe. It's more than just rap
When I
shit.
even unmute, like these days I gotta like triple check, double triple check, quadruple check, all type of stuff, bro. Kind of weird, bro. Like I've literally had to like cancel out, oh my god, a whole entire live stream, and then after stopping that live stream, go on my YouTube studios and literally have to delete that permanently, you know what I'm saying? Because it was literally an hour of just like silence and mute and just like my lips moving and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? It's still kind of cool. I'm still kind of safe because I feel like, you know, me being literally having nobody when I do live stream, you know what I mean? It actually helps because there's nobody that's kind of like seeing that madness go on. Yo, I don't know if anybody has been thinking about, you know, the kind of paradox. I don't know whether it's a paradox, it's a contrast, it's a contradiction or whatever, but it kind of brings balance where, you know, the paradox of pain, basically. Paradox, I don't know whether to call it paradox or the contradiction that pain kind of, you know, makes you experience. Okay, what am I talking about? So when you're distracted by pain, you know what I mean, it's like the regular things that would kind of consume your time, kind of you know when you're chill, you know, maybe bored, maybe don't got nothing to do, you might want to entertain yourself by going to burn some money a little bit, you know, do a little bit of this, you know, get into this vice that you got going on, you know what I'm saying, you know what you do, man. But it's because maybe you chilled, maybe you ain't got nothing going on, you ain't got anything better to do, you can just go ahead. But think about when you're experiencing some sort of pain, like current pain. And I'm not even talking about maybe struggle, whatever, maybe physical pain, right? The paradox of physical pain, because you have moments, maybe, okay, say for example, you're dealing with a kind of pain that that makes you not be able to eat. That's unfortunate, but you know, it's painful, and you know the inconvenience that pain can produce in those moments. Like you cannot eat, maybe you're hungry, you gotta eat, you know what I'm saying, things like that. Like it's heavy inconveniencing. But let's say you're one of those people who has a problem with obesity, you know, your relationship with maybe food, maybe junk food, maybe just eating in general, you have you know, a trash relationship with that sort of experience, you know, and then you cannot stop yourself. Now, you know, going through the kind of pain that makes you not eat could reduce that cost, could reduce the cost of your obsession with eating, can reduce the cost that's, you know what I'm saying, that's chowed up by this vice of yours, you know, of junk food, of eating out the whole time. You understand what I'm saying? Because now there's minimal, it's like limited shit you can eat. Maybe you might, you know, have to only consume liquids, you know, so it's no more, you know, pancakes, no more cake, no more pizza, this, then the third kind of junk things that you fall back on, maybe for emotional comfort, maybe, you know what I'm saying, just sitting there trying to mentally stimulate yourself over some shit. You might just, you know, think of snacks and food, and this is just one example, right? So maybe you going through that pain was necessary for, okay, look, it doesn't have to be pain, but think about it though. If something is not like painful for you to focus on, because what does pain do? Pain makes you focus on whatever it is that is painful. So instead of you maybe sitting there engaging in a vice, sitting there eating that junk food, sitting there like just stuffing your face off of like, I don't know, whatever other reason, you're there focusing on the pain. How do I make myself feel better? How do I da 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 da? And you know that, you know, as per doctor's instructions, bro, you know, take it easy when it comes to this. Only, consume liquid kind of food, maybe dairy, maybe yogurt, maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe just liquids. You can do tea, you can do things like, but you know what I'm saying, it has restricted you. And better believe that for that time being, that you are going through this pain of not being able to eat, you know what I'm saying, like whatever result that your destructive food or eating habit may have on you for that period, it's not going to be there, because you're going through this painful season where you actually have to focus on the pain instead of focusing on, your vices distracting you and costing you more money or whatever else, maybe costing you mental sanity. You're depressed, that's why you eat so much, or vice versa. These things can be a vicious cycle, but you know what I'm saying, because now there's this new distracting force where you can focus on it and not fall into your usual rabbit holes. A whole lot of costs have been saved. Yes, I'm talking about pain, bro. Yes, I'm talking about something that inconveniences you. Yes, something unpleasant, bro. Anticlimactic, bro. Dystopian, bro. Whatever the case, But think about the bright side of pain. Boom. Damn, I missed my soundboard, bro. I gotta fix my soundboard. I'm actually gonna do that before my next stream. Gotta fix my situation here, bro. My OBS, kind of lost the signal to my hotkeys in producing my sound. So, but that was a boom over there. You know what I mean? There's a bright side to this pain thing. Maybe a bright side to this pain thing. And I'm only bringing it up because it made me think of, my recent, as per the doctor's diagnosis, it was sinusitis, right? It was talking about this sinusitis that would cause, these side effects that would cause these pains, man, these migraine pains, right? That would just start. And if you're a migraine sufferer out there, or if you have had migraine history, you realize that sensitive lights, right, sensitive smells, even touches, foods, whatever, taste, whatever, like anything that can sensitize any of the senses, right? So with me, lights were one of the bigger ones, bruh. Like just bright lights, it would sensitize that pain that I would get from the sinusitis. And so therefore the lights that I would have to switch on so that I could present these videos, react, do the video, live stream, blah blah blah, they would trigger these pains, bro. And cool, that shit was hell. That shit is always hell. It's always crazy. I never, it's never an enjoyable moment. Of course it's not. It's painful. It's freaking painful, right? It's nauseating. It's debilitating. Do your homework on nauseating. Do your homework on debilitating. But yeah, it's really discouraging. And what would happen is that right, I would have to find myself just like I'm so focused on the pain, I actually forgot that I was hungry, like an hour ago. Like I was planning to just get home and prepare something to eat but now it started, and fuck, now I just gotta like chill in a dark room, and the whole time I'm just focusing on the pain. Like damn, like it makes you present. It's crazy, but it makes me present. Now, you know what I'm saying? Without maybe doing things like the example I just made was a terrible one. But besides maybe fixing myself something to eat, maybe I wanted to roll up a blunt, smoke some za, but then now this pain has distracted me away from doing that now I'm out here, I'm experiencing pain, but I am one blunt healthier, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Wait, like I don't know how else to put it. I'm one blunt healthier. Or maybe I remember this one time I was like, yo, I was so lazy to cook, dog. I was like, fuck. And I was lazy to cook, and it was literally a bad idea to eat out, to go buy something to eat. But I don't know, someone was just like convincing me, yo, let me just go and just get something real quick, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those moments where, like, bro, literally, like, don't do it, bro. You're literally one more fast food restaurant purchase away from, you know, fucking up the balance on the electricity bill, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, you ain't even paid all of the electricity fully. You might just have an electricity cut right now. So, like, best not touch that money. But I was like, yo, hey, bro, I'm doing it, man. But then as I was about to, you know, decide, you know, prepare to go out and just throw something on so I could go out get the food, you know, because I wasn't even trying to cook anything. Bro, the migraine starts, bro. I was like, damn, like, bro, what? No, not now, bro. I'm so hungry, bro. I want to go, da 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 da. You feel me? I ended up just like chilling, you know, because sometimes it can take a few minutes to like an hour, couple hours, I don't know, like, for the pain to just like subside a little bit. So I ended up doing that. But what ended up happening is that I ended up just like sleeping. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I slept. I ended up not spending that money. I woke up, I think, the next day, bro. And, you know, I was in a little bit of a mood to just prepare myself something to eat right there at home, right? So I just ended up doing that. Saved myself the cost of, you know, spending whatever. It's because of that pain that I experienced. Like, boom. Boom. Revelation. A whole epiphany, bro. Sometimes, yo. Okay, I do not mean to sound insensitive. I don't. Like, for the life of me, I don't. But sometimes you got your pain to thank for, like, some... you know what I'm saying? Some life-changing situations that, you know, maybe your pain distracted you away from having done, decided maybe some dumb shit. You know what I mean? You had to just, like, sit there with the pain, or tend to the pain. Tend to the pain. Don't, you know, don't neglect, don't avoid it. Tend to the pain. And then maybe you tending to the pain and maybe saved you from something that would have happened that would have been catastrophic, maybe outside. You know, had to stay your ass inside to tend to this pain, bro. What's it about? Heal it, man. Heal it. Chill. What can we do to heal this, bro? Like, yo. Instead of going out with the buddies, knowing damn well maybe that was gonna be your last day with the buddies. Hey. Okay. Look. Let me not get that dark, bro. Let me not get